For our absorbed type activity that we will be working on today, we're going to be looking at the Database Creator FileMaker Pro. We are going to be looking at it to see how it can assist us in searching for teacher records, phone numbers, ways to get in contact and email, and also how we can search for student records. Just as a note, however, we will not be able to follow through with any student record searches due to privacy laws of posting of students' names and records. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up our FileMaker Pro account. So we're going to do that by entering in our account name and our password. Once FileMaker Pro does open up, you're going to notice that your screen looks a little bit different than mine. Mine is a little bit more cluttered and has quite a bit more information on it. So once it opens up, I'm going to go ahead and come on up to my layout and change to the main menu common user view. And this is the view that most of you will see when you open up FileMaker. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to come down right down here near the bottom where it says Staff Table and Find Staff, and we're going to go ahead and click on Find Staff. And it brings us to this page. This is the page where we can populate the different information about the person that we're looking for. The more detail we can give it, the more exact it is. However, when you're looking for staff, there aren't that many names that repeat, so it's pretty easy just to search for last name. Let's search for my last name here. We come on up to Perform Find up here in the middle top of the screen. Select Perform Find, and as you can see, it immediately brings up all of my information, where I work, what my job title is, my phone numbers, my cell phone number. Then it also comes down here to the tabs that give more information about me. For instance, we can see what technologies I have been trained with, what textbooks I've used, my technology inventory. Another tab that's down here that is extremely useful is my Students tab. Now if I click on my Students tab, it's going to come up empty because I'm a technology resource teacher at this point in time. However, if I was a classroom teacher that we had searched for, all of my enrolled students would automatically populate this list right here. It's a very simple way to find students if you're not sure necessarily of what their name is. However, you would like to, but you know what classroom they're in. Another way to search for students is by going to our Students tab. Now, there is no back button in FileMaker Pro. It's not a website, but there is a home button. And if I click here, it's going to take me back to my home. I'm going to come back up here to my main menu common user. Again, you won't have to do that. Yours will automatically come to here. Now, instead of coming to my Find Staff, I'm going to go to my Find Students tab. Now, if I click on my Find Students tab, it's going to give me this blank screen again that I can populate with student information. The best way to search for a student is using their Promise ID number because it is unique to each student, so you do not have to worry about the names repeating. A name such as Smith is very common, and if we search for just the last name Smith, it's going to bring up every Smith that has ever been in our system, making our job much more difficult. However, if we use our Promise Student ID, it's going to pinpoint the exact student that we are looking for. Now, you'll notice that the students also have a lot of tabs to select from in order to get information about them. And these are very valuable, from their personal history to their placement. That can show you where they've been, what teachers they may have worked with in the past. However, I believe that the most important one for our classroom teachers is if we come over here to the Casey tab. By clicking on the Casey tab, it's going to give us all of the information that we need about our students as far as how they've done on the Casey in the past. When we are done with this, if we come back over here, let's just scroll to the top. And if we want to look for another student, you don't always have to go back to the home page. You could also come up here and you could click on Students again, or you could click on New Request. If you wanted to find another staff member, you could just click on staff again, and it'll bring you back to the staff table. And of course, remember that there is always the home page. So if you need to get back home, just click right here. That's going to do it on our short absorb activity on the FileMaker Pro database system. And we will be following this up with a connect and a do activity.